Hello, I'm Leo with One Happy Widow. I help widows and widowers transition from grief to growth after the loss of their spouse. If you haven't watched my videos on YouTube or you're not aware of me yet, I'll just tell you a little bit of my story. Back in 2017, my husband of 17 years developed a very rare and aggressive type of cancer, and 4 months later, he succumbed to that disease and he died on June 17th of 2017. He was 42 years old. He was a military veteran, and I suddenly became a solo parent of 4 children that were still living at home from ages 19 down to age 7. I had to quickly transition from a two-parent household to being the breadwinner of the family, to finish raising my children and doing all of this by myself. So if you're widowed or widower and you understand what kind of a transition that can be and how much of a disruption to your entire life that can be as well. So it's been 7.5 years now, and I'm still dealing with the grief and I'm still dealing with the life. And I only have one kid left at home still. She's in 9th grade, and I'm still trying to navigate through this world, trying to figure out how to, instead of being a widow who is trying to be happy, I'm trying to, I like to think of myself as a happy person who happens to be widowed. I also happen to be remarried to a fellow widower. So now we have 2 people in the house who are dealing with similar types of losses, and we help each other get through those milestones and those moments of grief that we come across even years later. The reason why I'm making this video is because this year I have created a Surviving the Holidays group that I want to tell you about, and just kind of introduce you to it, let you know the benefits of it, and invite you to sign up so that you can be a part of it with us. So we all know that different milestones can be triggering to us as widows, that and everybody seems to be triggered by different types of milestones. Some of us are triggered more by birthdays and anniversaries, and some of us, for me, for instance, today's Veterans Day, and Veterans Day for me is one of the biggest triggers because my husband was a drill sergeant in the Army, and just recognizing all the people who served in the military and knowing that my husband's not around to stand up and take that recognition anymore. It's just it's just a hard day for me to handle that. A lot of memories come flooding in, and it's a triggering milestone for me. But I can say this without exception, that when we become widowed, that whole time period of November and December, of Thanksgiving, the different holidays that come during December, whether it be Christmas, Hanukkah, or other types of religious holidays, or just holidays in general, even if you don't celebrate them, even if you don't observe them, they are everywhere. The holidays, you cannot escape the holiday celebrations and the holiday reminders, and it's just part of the culture, especially in the United States. It's on the television, it's on the commercials, it's in the stores. You just cannot escape it. And so I can remember the first time that I tried to navigate through the holidays as a widow, and mistakenly I thought that if I just bought my kids a bunch of Christmas presents, that they would just forget about the fact that Daddy wasn't there for Christmas. And so you think a lot of strange things when you're first going through fresh grief. And so I can remember that tree just being overloaded with presents, and Santa brought all kinds of presents, and I wrapped all kinds of presents, and they just racked in the presents. But I can also tell you that if you ask any of them what they got for Christmas that year, they probably wouldn't remember. They probably couldn't tell you, because in my grief state, I thought, well, I could just buy their way out of grief, and we could just kind of smooth over the holidays by having a bunch of gifts. And I'm sure that you already know the end of that story is, spoiler alert, that did not happen. That did not work. So I also know that I've worked with widows. I've worked with thousands of widows over the last several years. I have a Facebook group that I work with widowed people, and I have my YouTube channel where I have a lot of interaction with people who are widowed. And some of the things that I hear over and over about the holidays is that, especially that first holiday without your spouse, it's such a confusing time. you're not sure how to celebrate, if you should celebrate. Should you do the same traditions that you did with your spouse before? Should you not do any of the traditions and just scrap it all? Should you make a combination of old traditions and new ones? Should you celebrate? Should you stay home? Should you go to the parties? Should you put up your tree? Should you give out gifts? Should you cook all the meals? Should you go to somebody else's house? Should you have people come to your house? The decisions that you have to make as a widow during that first holiday season, and to be honest, and the person that you would normally ask for advice on how you would go through that would be your spouse, and your spouse is not there. So you have to come up with all these ideas about what to do by yourself. And no matter what you decide to do, you're unsure of whether it's the right thing to do or not. It's very confusing. You're not sure if whatever you decide to do is going to make you feel better or make you feel worse. And the only way that you'll know is by doing it. And so you could go to a Christmas party with all of your friends and family and feel like you're the only person in the room and be alone because you might be the only person that's widowed. And so no one else can understand the types of feelings that you're going through, and everyone else is celebrating and smiling, and it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? And for us, it's not. For us, it could be the most lonely time of the year because our person is not there with us to celebrate anymore. And so what do we do, and how do we do it, and who do we do it with? And all those questions, like there's no concrete right answer for how to survive the holidays without your spouse. So especially that first one. And so the reason why I created this group that I'm going to tell you about today is so that if you're going through that holiday season for the first time and you're not sure what to do or how to do it, and you're feeling frozen, and you're feeling defeated, or you're feeling lonely, and you really just don't know, and you're thinking about either I just don't want to do anything and I'm going to stay away from all the people, or I can't do this. I don't know if I can do this. That's what this group was created to help with, is for people who are going through that. Also, I'm hoping that I can get some people who have been on this journey for a while to also join this group so that we can help the ones that are going through it for the first time by offering condolences and offering advice and sharing our experiences and just commemorating moments together and sharing our experiences on what has worked for us in the past and what hasn't, so that we can all realize that none of us are going through this holiday time alone. Even if you feel like you are, we can have people that are out there to just to be able to bounce ideas off of, or just to kind of express our frustrations or our grief or our sadness or our emotions or our confusions, and have somebody out there to say, you know what, I get it because I've gone through that before, or I've felt that way before, or I had the same questions. And so I created the Surviving the Holidays Together for 2020-24, and I want to tell you about it now. Another reason why I wanted to create this group is because I wanted it to be exclusive to just the people who are going through the same kind of journey that we are. So it's only open for widowed people, and it's only going to be for a short amount of time. So there's a start date and there's an end date. The start date is going to be November 18th, and it's going to go all the way through December 31st. So it's just going to be a short period of time that we can dedicate, but it's going to cover through all of the holiday season so that we can get through all of the milestones, all the ups and downs, and we can hold your hand, and we can do some actionable things that's going to help you survive through the holidays. So in case you're wondering what is going to be included in the event, so I'm going to go ahead and lay it out for you. So first of all, you will be invited to a private Facebook group. That Facebook group is only going to consist of the members who have joined the group, so you don't have to worry about people coming in and trolling and anybody else. It is going to be a private group, so no one else on the outside will be able to see any of the posts. It'll just be just for us. Also, we will have weekly live Zoom sessions. So not just a live with a chat, but it's going to be an actual Zoom session where you will be able to either come on camera or come on the microphone, and everyone is invited to come in during that live session every week so that we can talk about the struggles that we've had that week, ask questions, tell jokes, share traditions that we've come up with, and there'll be other activities that are directed specifically towards trying to get through the holidays. So every week there'll be a different topic that we do or an activity that we do. Also, you will have downloadable PDFs. So there'll be things that you can download and print out that's going to help you with the activities, either checklists or exercises or calendars or recipes. There'll be all kinds of things for you to download that you will have available to you to use while we are going through the group together. So having the Facebook group available to you 24/7 is a way for you to pop in whenever you need to, post questions or concerns, and have somebody there that can be able to support you and respond to you pretty much any time of the day or night. The live Zoom sessions will be a way that we can connect together in a live session so that if you have questions that you really want to have answered right away, or you want to discuss things with people who are also in the group, then you can connect with them in a live situation. And if you can't make the lives, then we will have the recordings of the Zoom sessions available to you on the group as long as the group stays open. They will not be put out to the public later on. It will still be contained privately within the group. And the PDFs that you can download and print out will be ways for you to work on exercises or activities, or just kind of think about things, and whatever we've talked about, it's a way for you to work on those in between our live sessions. So it's kind of a 3-part way for you to have your hand held in one way or another through the holiday season. Now, what kind of things can you expect to get out of the group for the Surviving the Holidays for 2024? So first of all, it is just a way for you to understand that you're not alone in this journey. Like I said before, you could be surrounded by people during the holiday season and still feel like you're alone in this journey, because the people who are around you don't have the same kind of journey that you do. Maybe there's nobody around you that has also been widowed and doesn't understand what it's like to go through the holidays without your spouse, especially for the first time. People don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to treat you. They're not sure how to address things. They don't know whether they need to mention your spouse or not. And so it could be very isolating, even if you're surrounded by people. So this is a way that you don't have to grieve alone. You don't have to get through the holidays alone. You're going to have a group of people that are very supportive and that understand a lot of the things that you're going through, and you'll be able to put those things out there, put your thoughts out there, put your feelings out there, and I can guarantee that whatever thoughts or feelings that you have, there's always going to be somebody that says, yeah, I've gone through that before, or yeah, I'm going through that as well at the same time. So it's just a way for you to understand that you are not alone in this journey. Also, it's a way for you to look at the holidays in a different way. Instead of being a time to dread and not being looking forward to the holidays because you don't know what you're going to do, you don't know how you're going to get through it, you don't know how to celebrate it, you don't know what kind of traditions to do, or what to hold on to, what to let go of, and all those things. Other people might not have all the answers for you, but at least we can give you some ideas of what worked for us if we've been through it before. And also to let you know that no matter what you decide, as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people, that it's okay. Whatever you decide to do, it's okay. However you get through the holidays on whatever you decide to do, it's okay. And whatever you do this year, you don't have to do the same thing next year. We're learning as we go. And so to get some ideas from other people on how you might be able to survive, and not only survive, but thrive. Maybe this year you're just surviving and you're just trying to get through, but eventually we want you to not have that dread of the holidays and think, well, here we go again, another holiday season I had to spend by myself without my husband or my wife. Let's just get through it the next 6 weeks. I don't want it to be that dreadful time. I want it to be something where you have something to look forward to, and something to keep your mind on other things besides just the fact that you're not with your spouse during the holiday season. And I know that's a big ask because that's the biggest thing in the front of our mind right now. But we want to work towards integrating this grief and this loss into our life in some way so that we can survive it and we can actually thrive later. And so this is one of the ways that we can do that. So through the help of the group members, you will be able to find ways that you can honor your loved ones during the holiday season that you might not have thought about otherwise. You might even make some friends in the group that you can carry forward and keep those friendships after the group, after the event is over, that you can connect with and have somebody that is out there for you to be able to just stay friends with, somebody that knows what you're going through and can understand the types of struggles that we're dealing with every day. So the cost of the group is $47, and that covers everything. That covers the live sessions, that covers the 6 to 7 weeks of the group membership, that covers the downloadable PDFs, that covers all of that, all of the activities that we're going to do within that group. So it's just a one-time, it's not a recurring, it's a one-time cost, and it's covering the whole event. That basically breaks down to less than a cup of coffee a day for the whole 6 weeks of the program. And so if you think about it that way, think about the cost of what it will take for you to try to make it through these holiday seasons by yourself, or maybe not by yourself, but without the help of somebody who knows what you're going through and can understand what you're going through. So sure, it is an investment, but what are you investing in? And how much is it worth to you to be able to survive these holidays surrounded by people who care about you and who understand what you're going through and can offer you true and actionable and useful suggestions and support that you wouldn't have otherwise? And when we talk about a support group, we're not just talking about any support group. We're not just talking about a grief support group. We're talking about a grief support group for widows and widowers, specifically for people who have lost their spouse and are spending the holidays without them, whether it be for the first time or whether it be for the 20th time. We're all on the same journey together during this holiday season. Now, you might think that you don't have time for a group like this, but that's the beauty of the Facebook group. That's the beauty of the recorded sessions, and that's the beauty of the downloadable exercises. So you can come in, pop in the group whenever you have time. If you are not able to make the live sessions, you can always come in and watch the recordings of the live sessions later. So you can contribute and participate as much or as little as you'd like whenever it fits into your schedule. The group is going to be there 24/7 until the conclusion of the event on December 31st. And you might be wondering what are some of the activities and the items that we're going to cover during the group, and I will go ahead and break those down to you too, and I'll give you a little overview of what we're going to be looking like on each of those weeks. So in the first week, we will be introducing ourselves, we'll be setting our goals, we'll be laying out the schedule, and just kind of looking at what we're looking at for the next 6 to 7 weeks, looking ahead. We will cover gratitude, so we'll be looking at the first holiday covering looking up to Thanksgiving. So we'll talk about how we can be thankful for what we have, counting our blessings, trying to switch our thought process over to an attitude of gratitude. So we'll work through those exercises together. That will be in our second week. In our third week, we will deal with creative coping. So we will talk about different ways that we can be creative. We can create art. We can do crafts or hobbies. We can do cooking, all those types of things. We're going to talk about different ways that we can have creative outlets to help us to express our griefs in different avenues and different ways. In week 4, we will talk about holiday resilience strategies. And so I will be giving you actionable goals, specific things that you can do and exercises that you can do that will help you to survive through this holiday season. And so I will be basically giving you some steps that you can take, that you can implement right away and into the future, that's going to help you not just go through the holidays, but go through your grief journey even after the holidays are over. We will also be having some holiday parties live online. I will be here on New Year's Eve that night. It might not be in your time zone, but I will be here on December 31st. Bringing in the new year live on Zoom, and you are welcome to join me with that. We don't have to worry about going anywhere and drinking and driving. We can just do whatever we're going to do holiday-wise right there in the comfort of our own homes, but we'll still be together with people that know us and people that understand what we're going through. We will also have a time of reflection where we can look back over the previous year, look back at how our lives have changed. It might not be all celebrating and happy, and I understand that because it is what it is. So it might be some crying times. It might be some sad times. It might be some times to face some things that we haven't wanted to face over in the past year. But I want us to be able to reflect on the past year and what we've done, what we've gone through, and then look forward to the next year, set some goals, set some routines, open up our minds and think of the upcoming year in a different way besides just fear and dread. And lastly, we will bid farewell to the year. We will open up to the new year, and we will get through the transition from this year to the next year all together. and you'll be able to transition into this new year without going through it alone, and knowing that you have people there and friends there that will help you. So if this sounds like something good, something that will be helpful to you, if you're thinking about, you're wondering how to make it through the holidays, you're wondering if you can get through the holidays, or you're dreading the holidays and you're not sure what to do, how to do it, or how to celebrate, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling frozen, and you're not really sure, how to get through these holidays. If this sounds like something that would help you, I encourage you to sign up. All you have to do is click on the link below in the description. It's also on the screen. It's onehappywidow.com/holidays2024. It will take you to a page where you can sign up. As soon as you sign up and click through, it will send me a message, and I will send you an invitation to the Facebook group. All the activities and all the events will start on November 18th. So once you check out, all you need to do is wait for an invitation from the Facebook group so that you can join. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. I really look forward to seeing all of you join. If you know anybody else you think would benefit from this activity, please send them the link and send them along as well. I'm happy to see groups of people join in. Tell all of your widowed friends, so that we can all, the more people that I can get to be a part of this group, the better and more robust the group's going to be, and the more helpful it's going to be for everybody. So I really look forward to seeing a huge group of people in our holiday event this year. If you have any questions, let me know. And until then, we'll see you next week.